is a Bramble Jam podcast.
Hi, I'm Brad, and I love Wind Calls the Heart.
Sticky Pickets?
Yes, I do. I love it. No, we're not doing it today.
Hey,
You're the
it's
one
Panda, and I like sticky pickets. What? I don't know what that is, but I also like One Calls the Heart.
I'm Dan. I despise When Calls the Heart. This is the Deck to Hallmark podcast.
Wow.
Oh,
16 people, can you believe this?
yeah.
Rode in last night, and they have concerns.
What are you talking about right now? 16 people wrote to hello at Deck to Hallmark?
Yes.
And what are their concerns?
Their concerns are that their concerns are
My concerns are, do you have a drinking problem?
their concerns are that you guys need to get back on that ghost show.
We did 18 episodes.
And then we did a reboot, episode 19, which we just gave them a preview of.
And Old Manny Faye was not a ghost. That's the first time people could hear stuff. That's why they thought
That was very exciting for them.
Are you okay?
I'm fine.
You've had an orange juice tonight. I've been with you all evening.
But what was in that orange juice?
I bought it at the store.
Sealed up.
It's getting weird. Hey, somebody in the chat said,
What's up?
Bran, your feet look a lot less dainty tonight.
Thank you.
The camera must add a shoe size or two,
Yes.
which at Bramblefest, our resident heckler said that your feet look dainty. I don't think it's the camera, Brian. Beth. I think
Brian said
Brian may have said it. I think it's that he's made the bold move of wearing shorts, which the pasty white legs make the shoes look bigger because they're not pasty
That's
white.
true. I think you're right. It's a proportion thing.
It is.
The pasty white wasn't necessary.
It's a color contrast.
Yeah, but it feels.
Are his legs pasty white?
Yes,
Okay,
affirmative.
there it is. Yeah.
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 They're blinding. To be
yeah, they are
perfectly honest.
just-
That is just.
they get
I need
whiter
sunglasses.
You know
to
how I
look
know that is
directly at
because
those.
your shoes used to be white.
though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, thank you guys.
This was a detour well worth taking.
Dan and Panda Ghost Tours.
Hey, we're on a show called Ghost Horse, which Rick told us to go on.
Yeah.
He said it wasn't horses.
It's-
and we're
Which is good. We're not at farm this time.
We are at we're at Big Bailey's house.
Big Bailey's house.
And Big Bailey was large and in charge,
Yeah,
but
huge,
now he is no longer with us.
No longer with us.
But we've heard rumors that there's some old ghosts in these walls.
Yep. And I've got my.
You got your ghost. You got your ghost knocker.
Yep, I do. It's
Ghost knocker. All right. What are you doing right now?
Happy.
Hey, what is
Are you getting this?
Yeah. Is it? Are you happy? Is that your name?
I'm happy.
Is your name happy or are you happy?
Both and.
Both and. It's a both and situation.
Okay, so are you going to haunt us while we're here?
Already
long-
hot?
how long-
Already hot? Yeah.
How long have you been a ghost?
17 months.
What's the best name for a cake at a llama's birthday?
Give me a second. Give me a second.
Is it llama red velvet?
No.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Is it Chalk Llama?
No. Give me one more second. Give me one more second.
So that was the entire
Wow,
clip.
that is.
And it was a full episode.
Yeah.
Where the ghost, who I believe was named Happy,
but also was happy.
was trying to
Could not
think of a great
another
pun
cake
for
thing.
llama and a cake that would make sense. At the very end of 30 minutes, came up with pine llama upside down cake, which at the best they've put llama in the cake, which is worse.
I was baffled.
Jennifer wants to know, do you have to whisper around ghosts?
That was what made our show special.
Yeah.
Is most people they yell, they talk loudly and very specifically with ghosts.
Ghosts,
We
get
would-
out here.
Yeah, we would whisper to the ghost. It made them feel more comfortable at home.
And by and large, they would talk with you. Could never hear it.
But that was maybe the thing is they couldn't hear it because we didn't have a mic and they were whispering.
Right.
Maybe that was
That's
the
true.
issue.
Yeah.
But I heard it, and I wasn't there. I just heard it in the clip.
But see, and this is where Panda and this is the breakdown, is
Right.
because that would be proof to me that you can hear it.
Right.
Panda was convinced that you couldn't unless you were there.
Yeah, I think in this case.
But
this
I
is-
wasn't there.
Well, this is a classic case where I think happy projected.
Was it happy, or was it the ghost was saying happy, or was it happy?
I heard Charlize Theron.
Oh, boy.
no!
Oh boy.
What are you guys talking about with happy?
We got a ghost module switcheroo.
Oh, not again.
I know. It happened one other time. It was one other episode in the Pick Up Sticks episode. We don't have time for it.
Yeah.
And that's STYX. We don't have time though. I want to be clear. That's the best name for an episode for a demon show I've ever. Pick Up Sticks. Come on.
Don't ghost times.
Welcome to Don't Ghost Times. I'm your host, Dan, my co-host.
Come
Hey,
sail
how are you?
away.
Hey,
Come
why did we change our name to Go?
Come and sail away with me.
You hear that?
I think
We're at the Ghost Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
this sounds like Sticks.
It sounds like Sticks. I think he's asking us to pick it up for him.
Come sail away.
Come sail away. Come sail away with me.
I'll take the high pot.
Come sail away. Come sail away. Come sail away with me.
Now, what's weird is people who heard that episode didn't hear
Only
the
heard us singing.
Sticks. And it's
That is
a shame.
wild.
When Calls the Heart Season 4, Episode 9. What's the title?
Heart
It's
of
episode
Courage.
10.
Yeah, sorry.
Hearts on fire.
Every time. Do you know the title?
Is that Heart of Courage?
It is Dangerous Hearts.
Heart of a Secret.
Heart of a Secret. That a hero lies.
It originally aired on April 15th, 2017, and it went a little something like
2017! You thought Benny was late. He's on delay because he's on the West Coast getting a job on.
You're getting a
I'm
job,
sorry.
Benny.
I'm a traveling salesman. Don't ask questions. Just take the paycheck. That's what they told me.
What are you selling?
I'm on delay. Did you say what are we selling? Carpet squares. I sell the squares. You buy the other carpet from other people.
Wait, so you are the person that when people want to see a sample of the carpet, you sell the samples to the carpet people?
You betcha.
That doesn't
You
sound...
want a square? I got a square.
Doesn't
You
sound-
want more than a square? That's fair. Not for me. Just a square.
Hey, does Circle get the square?
Never.
That was very quick.
Wow, the delay
The delay is getting shorter.
Circle gets the square.
Something like this. Niall Mater is got the hots for Faith. So that's really good, right?
You got to
Couple-
have faith, a faith.
Couple of good-looking lads falling in love.
Lads and less?
Or is it two lads? If it's two lads, that's fine. Are you calling Faith a lad?
To me, lads are lads, right?
It is patently false.
I didn't realize that there was
Lad is typically male. Lass, female.
Lass,
Lass.
Yes.
like the TV show Lass.
No, that's Lassie.
Lassie. That's a dog.
Was a girl dog.
Yes.
Point made. Becky comes
You always
home.
know when to admit you're wrong.
Yeah. There's a mysterious woman in town, as there tends to be like every few episodes.
She looks a bit like Cindy Busby.
Yeah. Here's what's crazy about her is she's looking for Corey Carson. That's the little car. Looking for just Carson. And she's like, where's Carson? Where's Carson?
Corey?
Abigail has a conversation with her, and she's like, hey, bad news. He was married to my sister, and he was a doctor, and it was a real doctor death situation.
Yeah.
Killed her on the
On
old
the
operating table.
She had a tumor. Doc said no go. He said yes go.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So he's not who he says he is, and that tends to happen a lot, doesn't it? Abigail brings lunch to Gowan as a, hey, maybe I poisoned this, maybe I didn't, because you killed my husband and my son.
And then blamed him for killing everyone else.
Yeah, but that's neither here nor there. dare.
Here nor there.
Ooh, here's a juicy one, everybody. Rosemary has been passing out flyers because she's in business with who's she in business with? Is it Dottie?
Dottie.
Dottie.
Dottie. It's Dottie, like a normal person, but Rosemary says Dottie, and I want to throw something every time I hear it. Dottie's dress shop.
I think that's just the way
It's,
she normally
Canadian.
talks, right?
It's just full Canadian Dottie.
No, it's the early 1900s. It's how you say it.
D-A-W-W-T.
You would never say Dottie.
What if it was Daughtry? Being
Oh,
in-
yeah.
in-
I'm going home.
This clothes are good on you.
So she's trying to
dress from nothing.
So she's trying to get everybody to buy some news clothes,
It's
and
probably plaid.
and talks
Argue about the color.
to Shane and is like, "Hey, I know you're interested in Faith.
Buttons and these laces are getting old.
You ain't ever gonna get her to fall in love with you looking like that."
Take it home.
And he's like, "Well, if you want me to buy some new clothes, you need to give me a raise from your husband."
Oh, snap.
That seems like a real who's he does it. Opal seems to be the teacher's pet, and that's bumming some of the kids out, huh? Yeah.
Bran was all in this week. You can tell.
Elizabeth is there's a Mountie in town. Thank God. We've been missing that red good stuff. And she's like, "Hey, will you send Jack a message?" And she says, send the Bible verse.
Yeah. Corinthians 13:4, I believe, and he has to choose which Corinthians it is.
It's a pick 'em. I wrote
And
Could be one, could be two.
if it's 2 Corinthians, it happens.
It's the whole ball game.
2 Corinthians. It's the whole ball game.
Didn't think we were getting there, did you? Well, we made it.
That's the whole ball game right
the
there.
whole ball game.
The whole ball game.
2
Oh.
Corinthians is the whole ball game. Thing a president said. I don't care who you are. That's funny.
It's a good quote.
That's a quote a president said.
Whole ball game.
2 Corinthians. That's the whole ball game.
Yeah, I don't like to get into it, but
Come on, man.
So then Lee is talking to Rosemary and says, "Hey, what if you made some work shirts for the mill?"
Bingo bango.
What a good boy. That's a good solid. She's making some designs. Lee's like, "Hey, here's what you should do with it." Bill and Gowan have drinks together, and they're like, "You know what? We're kind of the same, right? We kind of got a similar thing going on aside from the bars and the, murdering and whatnot." Shane and Faith go out on a date, and they share a little kiss together. Elizabeth hosts a sleepover for the students and asks Abigail to design her wedding dress.
Hey-o.
Sound the horns. Wee whoop. Abigail, basically that woman, right, has been going around confronting
sister-in-law,
yeah.
Busby.
Confronting Carson, and Abigail's like, "You need to leave." Carson's good boy. I don't know.
Well,
Bill
he's innocent.
Avery,
He's been proven
they
innocent.
find the medical
So he's like,
records,
"You gotta
yes.
get out of here."
Yeah.
So essentially, like, shove off. Opal's parents are back, so get away from me. Basically, is what's gonna happen next week. Like, I'm not your mom anymore. And then Shane tells Elizabeth and Philip that his date with Faith went, quote unquote, pretty good. And
quotes?
Cody is this is crazy. Cody's then walking down the stairs, says, "I'm not feeling good." Then Cody hits the pavement. Roll credits. And that, my friends, was When Calls the Heart of the Champions. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to be right back here on Dr. Homer.
Somehow,
The whole ball game?
the whole ball game. 2 Corinthians. 1 Corinthians, not the whole ball game. Halfway. 2, if you get 2 Corinthians,
Holy cow.
2 Corinthians,
Whole ball game.
oh, that's it. That's it. That's the whole ball game. Dude, that got you right in the eye.
Yeah. I haven't thought about that in a while, and it
is a
tickles.
treat.
It tickles me.
I got to be honest. Your synopsis sounded like, and this is quite a statement, that somehow you cared less than I did.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
It's possible.
I don't know.
Are you? I want you to start with the hot take today.
Okay, fine. It's not for the hot take. I'm ready. I'm ready for a break, and
I think we all are.
And I'm ready for Jack to come back. And I'll be honest, Mountie came on screen, wasn't jacked. It bummed me out, and I kind of got a little spacey there at the end. Yeah, it was all fine, but none of it mattered, and that bums me out.
Yep.
So that's where we are.
Yeah. This episode's how do I put this? It's not great.
If somehow you hear like 2 or 3 more Ghost Hunter bits, I'm sorry, because
I don't.
It's just going to be better than what we've got.
It's just, guys, I don't know what to tell you. Like this show is. As soon as Jack left, I didn't think the show could get worse.
We're taking a break, right?
Yeah. I mean, we got the next one's the finale.
Yeah.
Which we would do in October, and then that would be October 7th, and then theoretically we could keep going a couple more. We could maybe do the movie to get it out of the way on October the 14th.
The Christmas one, Christmas movie.
And then we call it after the 14th.
Call it.
Until after Christmas.
We'll be back.
Yes.
That'll be nice, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, this episode's DOA.
This is bad television. You know how we know that is because they don't spend a lot of time with Rosemary, and they give you some movement on all of the storylines that you don't care about. And you realize, you start counting, that's a lot of storylines.
Yes.
Opal, don't care. Carson being a doctor, we knew that. Just don't care.
His wife dying under his scalpel's not great.
Well, whatever. Bill Avery and Gowan. Turns out not much going on. It was, and this is supposed to be the penultimate cliffhanger episode, and I got a lot of chuckles out of this episode. I laughed a lot in this episode.
Jack's got to be back next episode, huh?
He has to.
You know what I think? I got a little theory for you. This is based on absolutely nothing. I'm sure there's a million Hardys that could tell me I'm wrong. I think Jack told him he was out in season 4 because his contract's up in 5. He tried to give him a little bit of heads up. I'm out. And so they, as Hallmark is one to do, when you don't do right by them, they tend to, eschew you out. He has a contract for a minimum number of episodes, and they made him take the minimum.
So you're telling me that they knew and they still allowed him to propose?
I think they saw their ratings potentially drop with Jack now on the screen, and they realized we got to get him back. They were only able to last.
They were going to just kill him.
Season.
They're just going to kill him.
But why propose?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think your theory is correct.
Well, Jennifer Hartshorn's with me. She says she's 100%. She 100% agrees with me. So
it does.
What do you got?
All due respect, Jennifer. So one person agrees with you.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay,
you heard me.
That's fine. I mean,
I
it is
just
Jennifer.
don't understand why
books.
else. I don't understand why else he would disappear. They finally have momentum going on that storyline, and they literally just.
They're mad at him. They're hoping they changed his mind by making him go away for 4 episodes, and he didn't get paid as much. They're mad at him. And then finally, they have to keep going because, they're engaged.
But why propose?
But that's the storyline for the season. He tells them in the middle of the season. He doesn't tell them at the beginning of the season. He tells them in the middle of the season. So that's the storyline. And they go, hey, we're going to sit you out.
But the whole storyline
We're going to sit you out for the last 4 and then hope you change your mind, and he doesn't.
There's no point. There's no point then of the proposal if they knew.
It's bad.
Well, now that checks out with literally everything else that we know about the show.
Let's get to the
There's
feels.
No point.
Let's get to the feels part of the show. We talk about feels. Panda?
Nothing. No, nothing.
Brand?
You know what? It's I like Faith a lot, and I'm happy that she's
when they had the unit. Wait, what are you doing? It's my turn.
Welcome back, everybody.
This is unbelievable.
What?
You said, I like Faith, and it's good that you got that. I got nothing for my feels.
Because you know what? I'm not going to allow you
You
to
just said
use.
I like Faith and
I said I like Faith and I like that she's fallen in love.
You didn't say fall in love. You said I like that they.
I got lost in translation.
It did.
I like that she's fallen in love.
Why can't I have a
Because I'm
feels?
not going to allow you to use a segment of happy goodness to continually. You know what? 2 Corinthians, the whole ball game.
This is a 3-pronged show, Bran.
I'm just.
each get to
You gotta let
participate
him- you've got-
in
it's
each
written in
segment.
the
Do you
bylaws.
have real
Yes,
feels?
if you had let me go, I would have told you.
Then go ahead.
When Elizabeth has the slumber party and all those girls come over, I don't have any feels.
He might pants you. He might pants you.
They did. I'm proud to tell you, he's a good guy.
I gotta
And
say,
you know what? 2 Corinthians, this is a whole ball game. I played a ball game one time with Fitzy. He laid the 2 Corinthians on me. I didn't have a chance. Here's the thing. It started as a joke because 2 Corinthians walked into a bar to begin with. Their drink order was quite a mouthful.
it's time for the Way What is Sports show. We talk about
It was
what
my pants.
Panda.
At the beginning, we have this.
Trying to move along without Rick over here. I'm going to get my time. You don't worry. I get my time.
There's a dialogue at the beginning of this between Nile Mater, Elizabeth, and Niall's son.
Yeah.
And I want to give you the dialogue because I'm still trying to wrap my mind around this game of wits here. It says, mud is nature. And Elizabeth says, it's a part of nature. And then Niall says, it's a part of my son's nature.
No, he said it's not a part of my son's nature because I rewound it. They do a whole bit where he likes the mud.
I thought he says it's a part of my son's nature.
And if he says it's a part of my son's nature, what he's saying is like he's always muddy.
Right.
Yeah.
I understand that.
I thought he said it's not a part of my son's nature. I don't want him to do it. Maybe I'm wrong though.
No, I think
but
he
either
said,
way, it makes sense, right?
well, no, because he sits there. They're talking about the nature of like who you are, and how is mud a part of like?
No, he's talking about like actual nature, like being in the woods.
Right. But then he's using it as it's your nature, like the nature of who you are, kind of thing.
I think it worked both ways. It was a classic double entendre.
I don't think it works. And I'm here
Okay.
to challenge you.
Okay.
I would,
From-
if I
from
had a
the
glove, this
mud-
is where I would slap you in the face with it and challenge you to
Ooh,
a duel,
let's
sir.
take it to the tape.
Dan and Panda goes.
Hey, welcome to Dan and Panda Ghost.
Ghost.
You picked this spot out this week. What was
I
this
did.
spot?
It's Joey Joe's.
Joey Joe's. Yeah.
And it's an all-you-can-eat buffet. Went out of business several years
It's
ago.
crab legs, a big crab leg.
Yeah.
Elmo's world.
Is that Elmo?
Yeah, I
So
think
the
that's
problem is Elmo is still alive.
yes,
So that would not be a ghost.
but it very well could be because this could be the original voice of Elmo.
Joey
Fell
Joe
on his crayon.
was a.
Oh,
did he fall on his crayon? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, I think that's exactly.
Joey Joe was a ventriloquist.
Yes, he is.
He would come out to the parishioners.
Yeah, and it
and
was
he would
really
do Elmo
weird.
bits
It was
while they were
very-
eating crab legs.
Very scary.
Yeah. You got any more?
Uh,
In Trace's defense, you guys did say take it to the tape, and she had that one.
Yeah.
yeah, that's fair. Corinthians 13:4. Just I'll leave it there. Just they say Corinthians 13:4, and it's.
And then they just say
blood.
love is patient, and that's not
Love
the
is
whole
fa-
verse.
It's not, guys.
No.
Stop it. Bill and Gowan could not be more different, and yet they're sitting there sharing drinks, talking about how closely related they are in so many ways. And I'd like to just point out that Bill didn't kill most of the
To
men
our
in the
knowledge,
town.
yeah.
To our knowledge, has not killed most
Not a
of the
mass
town.
murderer.
And then finally, this is maybe personal preference. In fact, I suppose it is. But Rosemary is right. The Glen plaid looks phenomenal. The dark plaid, and he's wrong. You do not dress your men all in red. They're going to be confused with the
But
Mounties.
they're sawmill people, so they're going to be out. They look like lumberjacks. It makes sense to me.
Yeah, but the Glen plaid looks better.
the Glen plaid looks better if they're going on a date. But out in the woods, you want the red. You want to be seen, so you know, tree doesn't fall on you. and
You
people
are
aren't
such
chopping
a
down trees.
Rosemary, and you are such a Lee.
That's why.
Yeah, that's why we're buddies.
That's why that ghost show went off the rails. We kept fighting.
Yep,
Yeah,
it's wild.
I hate that.
I love it for the people that tuned into Wind Calls a Heart and didn't listen to the episode before. Makes even less sense.
This one, God, it gave me a little chuckle. Early on, Cody comes down. He's about to leave for school, and Carson says, he's like, Cody's ready to go. Carson says, hey, aren't you forgetting something? Cody stops in his tracks. What am I forgetting? Carson's like, I know you're forgetting something. He's like, no, I'm not. He shows him his lunch pail. And then proceeds to do the old, oh, you missed it.
Classic.
And then gives it to him, and he says, all right, stop horsing around. Go to school. I got to tell you, Carson, you are the only holdup that this kid had on. My guy was ready to go to school. He could not be more excited to go into school to learn, and you're the one that's all right, enough of you. You're the reason.
You're the holdup.
You're the holdup. That's all that I got.
I had a bunch in this episode. So Elizabeth's in charge of Opal, and they go to school. But she literally drops her off at school. School ends. They immediately go to Abigail's cafe. She tells Opal, who is maybe 6, 7. How old's Opal?
Yeah,
she's
6
young.
or 7. Yeah, she's young.
Go wait inside at the cafe. I got to do something out here. She leaves a 7-year-old alone. That's fine. It's 100 years ago, whatever. She comes inside. Opal has jam all over her and then gets jam on Elizabeth's dress. And Elizabeth said, teaching a child is way different than having one all the time. That is true, but may I suggest if you have them for 30 minutes and just give them unlimited, no holds barred jam time, it's the same. It is not the fact that you had them after school that made it harder. It's the fact that you said, go ham on the jam.
I actually saw Ham on the Jam live,
Ham on the
and
Jam
it was
live
awesome.
was unbelievable.
I was underwhelmed.
You were under
What?
Dude, don't even give me this musician artist BS. Ham on the Jam brings it, and they bring it every night. And they don't do it for the money or the fame. They do it for you, the
They were
listener.
one
They
of
have
those
a relentless
bands-
touring.
they
They've
were
been
one
touring
of those
365
bands-
days a year. They tour on Christmas.
Exactly.
That does give them a little something. But they were one of those bands that brought up 2 drummers for no reason.
Ham on the Jam. That's an exciting time.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm
No
just
one needs
saying,
that.
Opal wasn't the problem. The problem was, hey, 7-year-old, be by yourself, and oh, by the way, here's a bucket of jam. That's the issue. It's not the fact that they're worse after hours. Kids are bad with
you
jam
would never
no matter
do
when
that.
you. Yeah.
Kids in the morning,
If
right
you-
out of bed, they got so much more control over their little jam hands.
Okay, but if at lunch you sent kids to the cafeteria with no supervision and a bucket of jam, it's going down. Period. It is. Carson's sister-in-law comes to town, and she says to Bill Avery and Elizabeth, and I want to get this straight, she's suing Dr. Carson, and they say he doesn't have any money. And she says, I'm suing him so he'll go to jail. That is not how suing works. You can't sue someone to jail. I can't sue you and make you go to jail.
That's true, you
I'm
can't.
not someone who's in charge of the law. I can sue you for money. I can't sue you for jail.
That's true.
What a world it would be if I could sue you and pick your punishment. Not how life works. I'm sorry, Cindy Busby. It doesn't matter at all. I was shocked at how the teacher's pet thing went down. These 3 girls are getting mad at Opal because she gets to stay with Elizabeth, and Opal's grandma on the fritz.
Right.
Not just putting on the Ritz. And I thought for sure these girls were going to learn a valuable lesson about why it's not okay to make fun of somebody, and sometimes you don't understand the whole context. But when they are upset, what ends up happening is it's like, oh, you guys are upset? How about a slumber party with the teacher? That is where we end
Wild.
up. But lastly, they find out that Dr. Carson was on the up and up. And it's the Reverend, Bill Avery, and Abigail in a room. And they all go, let's not bring this up. Let's let Carson figure it out on his own time. That's what we do. And they all go, yeah. Literally 30 seconds later, Abigail is with Faith and Elizabeth going, I can't believe he's a doctor. Why? What are we doing, guys? Just try for 10 seconds to not blab your mouth about the thing you said you wouldn't blab your mouth about.
You don't blab the mouth.
You don't blab the mouth.
That's rule number
Don't.
1.
You know what happened? Don't blab the mouth. Open
Yeah.
for ham on the jam. Ham
Sure.
for the jam. Ham on the jam.
Ham on the jam.
Ham on the jam. And you were that. Don't blab the mouth was bad.
They were bad.
Ham
And
on
it
the
bumped
jam,
me out. Took
great.
me out of the. Took me out of the evening. Can
So
I
it
ask you a
was.
really quick question?
I'd love for you too.
I had a follow up to something that you said earlier. It got me thinking.
Yep.
I was thinking about when the Lord
Oh no.
kicked them out of Eden.
Mhm.
Was
Here's the thing: is some people thought
Wait.
that was a bit. thought that he had a type 5 on Sin in the fall.
And they started walking, and they kept looking back like,
Like,
when's he going to
okay,
call us
he's
back?
gonna-
He's going to call us
Wasn't joking.
No.
He wasn't joking when he kicked him out of Eden.
Huh.
Who is that for? Who's the fan of that Rich Mullins classic that is not going to be offended by that joke? We've narrowed it down to the two of us.
Stop. If you ever finish, that's just good, clean fun. Rich would love that.
Rich Mullins would have loved that joke.
Yes, he
for
would've.
sure. There wasn't even lightning in his fists.
Oh, man. Really quick, hopes and valleys. Part of the show we talk about what we're looking forward to and or things that are bumming us out. Panda.
A little break. Looking forward to that coming on the horizon, and looking forward to that coming up real quick. Valley, hope Cody's okay. Thoughts and prayers. I know he's okay.
My valley was that the best take we got of this kid falling is him sitting slightly violently. all he had to do was they just put a pad off screen, and all he has to do is fall, faint. And he goes, I'm not feeling so good. And then just kind of like hard sits.
Yep.
Like, come on, guys. I know we don't want to injure the child, but be better. My hope, I've come full circle on this. My hope is Abigail, Gowan getting together, and they're going to team up to be all kinds of awful.
Like smooching?
Pew, 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 pew. Bonnie and Clyde, full bit.
Like they're romantically?
Yes.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There are sparks there. Against everything good and decent and all laws of nature, she has feelings for the man that killed her husband and son and then blamed them
Bad boy,
for the
bad
death.
boy.
And
What you gonna do?
What you're gonna do? Here's the thing. Is not only that, but they're going to paint it off as some sort of like forgiveness thing. Like she's just has a more forgiving heart. I'm here for it.
Wow, I didn't think I'd see the
I'm
day.
here for it.
My
In an
hope,
eye-rolling way, of course.
my hope is that we put a lid on that jam. I think things
it's the least we
things
could
have
do.
gotten out of hand with the jam, and we don't need that. My valley is I continually find myself getting bummed the first time in an episode when Rosemary walks on screen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And these are feelings that I have that I don't like in myself. And
Doughty. Doughty's dress
I'm
shop.
hoping
Doughty.
I'm hoping that the Lord does a work in my life because it's not good.
He's
It's-
awesome.
He is. Yes. We can agree on that. I'm hoping that something happens because
It is tough.
this
son.
was the first time, things were moving along, and she came in and she said, "You're doing the dress time," and I'm just like,
Yeah. This again, huh? Then Lee bails her out with 87 shirt orders. I was like, good gracious, the nepotism. Brian Harold is our what's calling my. Oh, we got to do the. I'm sorry. Jack, spoiler alert, not there. Pocket Watch, not there. Shepherd's Pie, not there. Meatloaf, not there.
gosh, you hate to see all of
It's
that.
a clean
Pot roast
sweep.
is making a comeback. This is at least the third or fourth episode we've had pot roast.
It's a pot roast comeback.
It is a pot roast comeback. I did see them live, and we're excellent. And I will take no other answer from you. Pot roast comeback was amazing.
I would never.
Just a piano. Just a piano, Brian.
So you think?
Ooh, man.
All I'm saying is that the
All I know is
sounds,
this,
the
Brian
sounds that are
Harold,
coming
if
out of
Pot
that.
Roast comeback doesn't end up headlining a stage, we got problems.
Absolutely.
You heard it here first. Speaking of Brian Harold, he is our What's Calling My Heart this week. Dear guys, What's Calling My Heart is Ziggy and Sons Donuts in Peabody, Massachusetts. We have a lot of fun here,
He
and
didn't
we
even
have a
bring us
lot
any.
of big donut shop chains. But Ziggy's is over here making delicious donuts every day and giving my kids more free muffins than any kid should have. So I just want Ziggy's to get the recognition it deserves. And hopefully all of this publicity helps save the humble family-run donut shop from selling out to the big boss man who is probably most definitely trying to make them take them down. Thanks, guys. My pants.
Ugh.
Brian. P.S. What's your go-to non-Krispy Kreme donut? Go.
There's a
Simpsonville.
spot in Simpsonville called Donuts.
Yep. That is the answer. It's just
Best
called
donut.
donuts.
Best donut.
Yeah, unless you're a cake donut fan, which in that case you're a monster. It's a yeast donut is the way to go.
So
but
good.
the donuts at Donuts in Simpsonville are cash. That is the
ridiculous.
answer. No doubt about it.
We did it, everybody.
We did it.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
We are going to be back tomorrow. Believe it or not, we're going to be back at Bramblefest. We got everybody back together,
Unbelievable.
and we're going to do a preview show.
You think it's going to go well or
Our
not?
first Christmas preview show of the
Creams?
season.
Live creams?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna put a stop to
A little kibosh on the creams. Saw them live.
No. Until then, may we be the first to wish you a
Merry Christmas.
Deck the Hallmarks of Bramble Jam podcast. It's presented by Philo TV. It's produced by Brandon Gray and recorded live in Greenville, South Carolina. Set decor is by Plum at Haywood Mall. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on Bramble Jam Podcast Network, you can go to bramblejampodcast.com.